Do it. Do it. Come on, kill me. I'm here. Come on, do it now. Kill me. Hey, Rockets fans, it's Kobe Tree here. Remember, like and subscribe if you have not already. I wanted to get into this video. I done made this video so many times already, but I had a lot of issues with my mic, and I think a lot of people weren't really watching the full video because it was so much, static, and I lost a lot of views. So I'm remaking it. But this time I'm going to add Julius Randle in the mix because the Rockets are open to trading Victor Oladipo. Now, John Collins is on the trade market, and as Julius Randle, I'm going to break down both of their numbers and what they could bring to the team long-term and short-term. I think the Rockets need to trade Victor Oladipo, and they need to trade him because I know he's not going to resign with the Rockets, and they need to trade him for a big because we need a lot of help. Eric Gordon's playing really good, so I think he could become the starter for the Rockets. KPJ would come up and fill the backup role what Eric Gordon's playing. So let's get into I wanted to speak about Julius Randle first. Now, if the Rockets do trade with New York, they will want to sign and trade for Victor Oladipo. They will want to have insurance that knowing that he will stay there long term. Now, if they do a sign and trade with New York, they get Julius Randle and maybe a draft pick. His value rises. Now, if they trade him for, what the contract that he is on now, like I said, his value is very minimum. It's dropped. Even though he's a great player, like I said, you want to have that insurance that he's going to be there long term. So New York does have the Mavericks #1 draft pick, which is very, very valuable. I still think New York. I still think that the Mavericks will make the playoffs, even though they're having a down year. Porzingis hasn't played that much. But like I said, I think they're going to squeeze into the playoffs. Everybody in the West is kind of smashed up. Everybody's beating everybody on any given night. So Julius Randle's numbers are 22 points. He's having a breakout year, all-star year. 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. Those are all-star numbers, to be honest. Unfortunately, he's stuck on the Knicks, but I remember his rookie year playing against the Rockets on opening night, and he broke his leg. I thought he was going to be deadly. I thought he was going to be a great player, but it took him, he had to take the whole year off. Came back, played pretty good, and then he got traded. So, Julius Randle's had an up and down career, but like I said, a lot of these young players come into an organization, they have a lot of pressure, but then things change within a year. Like I said, he got injured. They had to look another route, so they had another high draft pick, and Kobe was still on the team as well. He was in his final few years. Things just didn't work out for Julius Randle once, they got their next year's first round draft pick, and I think that was Russell. They traded him away, and I think he signed with New Orleans. If I'm not incorrect, he signed with New Orleans and played alongside Anthony Davis, and he played pretty good. Then he signed with New York, but the year he signed with New York, they signed a bunch of power forwards. It was kind of weird, but yeah, they kind of did what Detroit did this year. They signed a bunch of power forwards as well. But like I said, his numbers are outstanding, and he's been dynamic. So I would trade for him. Him alongside Christian Wood is something I would love to see. But like I said, let me get into John Collins' numbers. He's averaging 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. Not as great as numbers as Julius Randle, but he's in a different situation. There's a lot of young players on that team. Everybody's trying to prove themselves. I think if you trade for Julius Randle, you will give up less. But if you trade for John Collins, you're going to have to give up more. I think you will have to give up. If you're trading for John Collins, you will have to trade away. Now, do they want Victor Oladipo? I don't know. I think they should. I think he will be. He has playoff experience. He could work along. He works alongside great young players. His pedigree, his aggressiveness. I seen him. He almost took down LeBron James in the playoffs. If he didn't get injured, he really has a. I think they will want Jason Tate as well. Maybe they will want a draft pick. I know they will want a draft pick. do you want to trade Jashante for John Collins? I would say yeah. Victor Oladipo, Jashante, and a draft pick, and maybe PJ Tucker. So you take on John Collins, you take on Rondo, and you take on another individual contract. So you were trying to like figure out, okay, which player can I trade from Rondo, or do I cut him? And then you go from there. But the Rockets really haven't had a legit power forward in a very long time. It's been a open door, just a swinging door, to be honest. From Josh Smith, Ryan Anderson, PJ Tucker, Luka Bonmute, the list goes on. Jeff Green, that's a position that really hasn't been withstained. As there's always somebody filling that void, in which they always play a great role. The Rockets do a really good job of getting good players at that position, but nobody like us in John Collins. Now, if the Rockets trade for John Collins and Christian Wood, that front court, they'll be averaging 50 points a game together combined. Two 20-point plus players. Now, defensively, you're going to have a lot of issues. Now, I think defensively you're better with Julius Randle. He's a better rebounder, a better passer. Now, he's the better player, but as of now, like I said, Julius Randle has a lot of years under his belt. Not a lot, but he has more time in the NBA under his belt than John Collins. But like I said, every situation is different. Maybe John Collins' numbers ain't up because of the fact that there are so many young players on Atlanta. Now, if he comes to the Rockets, his numbers are going to jump. They're going to skyrocket, because I'm going to tell you, he's going to have to be accountable. He's going to have to be night in, night out. He's going to have to be that guy. Now, Julius Randle for New York is that guy already. So I believe the ceiling is higher for John Collins. And like I said, let me know your thoughts on which player that y'all want for the Rockets and what y'all would give up on the Rockets roster right now. And like I said, this is the multiple time I made this video. This is about my third, fourth time. So like I said, this should sound better. And like I said, the only reason why I'm doing this video again, because I think it's a great conversation. And as well, I lost a lot of views probably because of the sound of it. So I appreciate y'all patience. Thank y'all. Remember Kobe Tree, like and subscribe, and also shoot giveaway tonight when we go live. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.